Hello everyone. In this video we will see the NCERT exercise solution of the chapter Force and Laws of Motion, class 9 standard physics, NCERT exercise part 2nd. Previous part or previous questions, question number from 1 to 10 is given in the previous video. Now the next questions or the question number from 11 is given in this video. So let's begin. Question number 11. Two objects each of mass 1.5 kg are moving in the same straight line but in opposite directions. The velocity of each object is 2.5 meter per second before the collision during which they stick together. What will be the velocity of the combined object after collision? Now here we need to understand that there are two objects having the mass 1.5 kg. It means the same mass is there. So this mass m1 is equal to m2. m1 is equal to m2, that is 1.5 kg. And they are moving in the same straight line but in opposite directions. So it means that this is moving in this direction, object A, and object B is moving in opposite direction like this. So we'll have the mass m2 and the velocity of each object is 2.5 meter per second. So velocity is also same. This is a v1 and this is a v2, but velocity is of course in opposite direction. So we will give the v1, it is equal to 2.5 meter per second and v2 will be minus 2.5 meter per second. We can take any one negative because these two objects are in a straight line but in opposite direction. If they are moving in opposite direction, then we have to take one of the velocity in negative sign. So as we know the law of conservation of momentum before collision must be equal to the momentum after the collision. So this collision takes place and they stick together. Now what will be the momentum before the collision? Here the m1 v1 plus m1 v2. So whatever the mass m1, we will write here 1.5. The velocity, initial velocity, it is a 2.5 meter per second, plus then mass m2, that is the mass of the second object, it is the same 1.5, and velocity 2.5, it is the opposite direction. So we have taken its negative minus 2.5. So we will do the simple multiplication but this multiplication will be same, but there will be the negative sign in between them. So therefore this subtraction will be equal to 0. So we can do simple multiplication and we will find that this subtraction is 0. Now what about the momentum after the collision? So the mass of the object, these two objects stick together. These two objects stick together, it means that the total mass will be m1 plus m2. The mass of the two objects will be this m1 plus m2, that is equal to 1.5 plus 1.5 kg, that is equal to 3 kg. What about the velocity after the collision? And that we have to find. So we use the law of conservation of momentum, that momentum before collision is equal to momentum after the collision. Momentum before collision is 0. So 0 is equal to momentum after collision, that is the total mass of the object when they stick together, that is a 3 kg, multiplied by the final velocity that we have to find. So 0 divided by 3, that is 0. It means that after collision these two objects stick together and they will not move anywhere, their velocity will be 0. So this is the solution of this question. Let's move to the next question. Question number 12. According to the third law of motion, when we push on an object, the object pushes back on us with an equal and opposite force. This is the third law of motion. If the object is massive truck parked along the roadside, it will be probably not move. A student justifies this by answering that the two objects and equivalent forces cancel each other. Comment on this logic and explain why the truck does not. What do you think on this question? The massive truck is parked along the roadside and it is not moving. What would be the reason behind it? So here we need to understand the concept of the moment of inertia or the inertia. The mass of truck is too large and hence its inertia is also too high, because inertia is a measure of mass. Inertia depends on the mass. More the mass will have the more the inertia. So the small force exerted on the truck cannot move it. The truck remains at rest. Because of the truck's mass, which is a very large, it's difficult to move. So for the truck to attain the motion, an external large amount of unbalanced force need to be exerted on it. So for the motion of truck, we need to apply a large amount of force, then only truck can move. Otherwise it's not easy to move the truck because it has a mass and that mass is large. So to move this truck, we need to apply the more force, more external unbalanced force. So this is what the reason, or we can say the concept of inertia that is applied to the truck having the mass. Now move to the next question, question number 30. A hockey ball of mass 200 gram traveling at 10 meter per second. So mass of the hockey ball is given 200 gram and its speed is given 10 meter per second. It's struck by a hockey stick. As to return it along the original path with velocity 5 meter per second. Calculate the change of momentum occurred in the motion of the hockey ball by the force applied by the hockey stick. Here you will see that the ball of mass 200 gram, it is given and it's moving with a velocity 10 meter per second. So let's assume that the mass of ball M, it is equal to 200 gram and we will convert in kg by dividing 1000. So we will get this answer, this 2020 get cancelled, 2 divided by 10 kg and 2 divided by 10, it is equal to 0.2 kg. Initial speed of the ball, it is given 10 meter per second. Final speed of the ball will be minus 5 meter per second, because minus sign is there because this ball moving in opposite direction. It's struck by the hockey stick and so it's returned in its original path with velocity 5 meter per second. So direction is opposite. So when struck by the hockey stick, it will move in opposite direction whatever the initial velocity it is. So let's find the initial momentum of the ball. Initial momentum is the multiplication of mass and initial velocity. The mass is 0.2 kg and the initial velocity, it is a 10 meter per second. So 0.2 multiplied by 10, it will be 2 kg meter per second. Students, note that the unit of the momentum is mass multiplied by velocity. So the unit of momentum, that is P, is unit of mass kg and unit of velocity meter per second. Now let's find the final momentum, that is mass multiplied by the final velocity. So mass of the object remains same, it is a 0.2 kg and velocity, it will be minus 5. So minus 5 into 0.2, 0.2 multiplied by minus 0.5, it's not 0.5, it's 5. So this multiplication 0.2 multiplied by 5, it will be 10. 5 into 2, it is a 10 and one decimal place is here. So I will write here and the minus sign will be here. So it will become minus 1. So minus 1 kg meter per second, that will be the final momentum. Here again we will use the conservation of momentum and the change in momentum. So change in momentum will be difference in the momentum. So the momentum 2 kg meter per second minus this minus 1. We can also take the difference here like this. So 2 minus of minus 1, it will be plus 3. 2 2 plus 3, that is a 3 kg meter per second. So this will be the change in momentum. So change in momentum can be determined simply by taking the difference of the momentum, that is initial momentum and final momentum. Let's move to the next question. Question number 14. A bullet of mass 10 gram traveling horizontally with a velocity of 150 meter per second. It strikes a stationary wooden block and comes to rest in 0.3 second. So just observe this motion. This is a ball. Suppose it's moving in this direction. The mass is 10 gram and its speed v is equal to 150 meter per second. It's stuck or it strikes on the wooden block like this. Suppose wooden block is there and it's penetrated through it. Now this S inside it, this we have to find. Also it comes to rest by the time taken is 0.03 second. So comes to rest in 0.03 second. Calculate the distance of penetration of the bullet into the block. Also calculate the magnitude of force exerted by the wooden block on the bullet. Of course the force exerted by the wooden block will be in opposite direction. So this bullet, it is moving in this direction and the block will apply force on the bullet in this direction. The force must be negative applied by the wooden block. Let's see the answer of this question. Here the mass is 10 gram. This is the mass of the bullet. So we can convert into the kg by dividing 1000, and 10 divided by this 1000, that will be 0.01 kilogram. Initial velocity of the bullet, it is given 150 meter per second. This is initial velocity. Final velocity, this bullet comes to rest after penetrating through the block. So final velocity must be 0. Here students, always try to understand what is the initial velocity of the object and what is the final velocity of the object. Next is the time taken to penetrate through this block. It is 0.03 second. So here we have to use the kinematical equation. Again I am saying, whenever you want to use the kinematical equations, we have 3 kinematical equations, and which kinematical equation we have to use, it depends on what are the values are given. So here the final velocity 0, initial velocity is given, that is 150, and acceleration times the given time interval of the penetration, that is 0.03 second. So this is a simple calculation. 0 is equal to 150 multiplied by this plus sign is here, and a multiplied by 0.03. So 150 will move towards the left, it will become minus 150. It is equal to a into 0.03. So the 0.03 will divide this 150. It becomes minus 150 divided by 0.03. It is equal to acceleration. Now here you can shift the decimal point, minus 150. It is there, so you can shift the decimal points to the toward the right side. So it will move to the 2 decimal places. It will become 300, and it is moving here is decimal point. So if we move to the right side, it will become this, move towards the right side. So simply it will become minus 15,000, and we will divide it this become minus 5,000, because 3 5s are 15. So minus 5,000 meter per second square, that will be the acceleration. Now next is we have to find the penetration inside the block, and second one is the how much is the force. Let's see. Here this equation, kinematic equation, we will use v square minus u square is equal to twice s. So final velocity, it is 0 square minus u square, initial velocity 150 meter per second. So 150 square is equal to 2 times as, 2 into a, acceleration 5,000, and this s is the displacement. Now here we have to use the negative sign, okay, and this minus sign it will be, so we can simply do calculation here. 0 square will be 0 minus 150 square, it is a minus sign 150 into 150. and this it is equal to right side, it is a 2 multiplied by 5000, it is equal to minus 10,000 multiplied by s. So simply this and this 0 get cancelled, this 0 get cancelled, and the square of 15 into 15, it means that 15 multiplied by 15, simply it is a 225, and this 10 is dividing, it is a minus 10 is equal to s. This minus 10 dividing this, minus minus will become plus, and 225 divided by 10, it will be s. S का मतलब क्या है? It is a penetration inside the block. It's a distance traveled by the bullet inside the block. So 225 divided by 10, it is a 2.25 meter. This is the value of the penetration inside the block. Okay, this is a S in it, penetration of the bullet inside the block. Now we have to find the magnitude of the force. Force is simply mass multiplied by acceleration. So mass is given 10 divided by 1000 kg, that is 0.01. So 10 divided by 1000 into acceleration. So acceleration we have calculated, it is equal to minus 5000. So I will use here minus 5000. This 30 get cancelled. Minus 5 into 10, minus 50 Newton. Here the force must be negative. Reason is that the force applied by the wooden block in opposite direction of the motion of the bullet. Bullet ऐसे जा रही है and the force applied by the block in opposite direction. So force will be minus 50 Newton. Let's move to the next question. Here, so question number 15. An object of mass 1 kg traveling in a straight line with a velocity of 10 meter per second collides with and stick to a stationary wooden block of mass 5 kg. Then they move off together in the same straight line. Calculate the momentum, total momentum just before the impact and just after the impact. Also calculate the velocity of the combined object. Let's see the mass of the first object. It is a 1 kg. It is given in question, mass 1 kg. Traveling in straight line with velocity 10 meter per second. The initial velocity, it is a given 10 meter per second. This velocity. It collides with and stick to. Okay, and wooden block of mass 5 kg. The mass of wooden block is 5 kg. So just try to understand this situation. The mass is 1 kg of the first object, and second object having the mass 5 kg. So stationary wooden block will have the mass 5 kg. So they get stick together. So how much will be the mass? 5 plus 1 kg, that is a 6 kg. Okay, now we have to use the law of conservation of momentum. So let's see the velocity of the object and its mass. So the total mass, it is after combined the object, it is a 5 plus 1, that is 6 kg. The velocity of the combined object that we have to find. So momentum before the impact, it is a mass multiplied by velocity. So mass is a 1 kg of this object and its velocity is 10 meter per second. So the momentum P1 is equal to 10 kg meter per second. For second object, it is a stationary, so will not have any momentum. After this, the object collide, this one object collide with this wooden block, then the momentum will be mass multiplied by the velocity. Here momentum before impact m1 v1, that is equal to momentum after the impact, it is m2 multiplied by v2. The initial momentum, that is 10, I am writing here 10 kg meter per second. It is equal to mass of the, when they stick together, it is a 6 kg multiplied by its velocity. So we get here 10 is equal to 6 into v2. Then 6 is multiplied, it will divide 10 by 6 is equal to v2. And 10 by 6 is simply 1.67 meter per second. So this will be the velocity when these two objects stick together. Okay, now move to the next question. Students, if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe this video. Now question number 16. An object of mass 1000 kg is accelerated uniformly from a velocity of 5 meter per second to 8 meter per second in 6 seconds. Calculate the initial and final momentum of the object. Also, find the magnitude of the force exerted on the object. Here, the mass of object is 100 kg. Mass कितना दिया हुआ है? 100 kg. And initial velocity 5 meter per second. Final velocity 8 meter per second. So you see the change in velocity. It was initially 5 meter per second and now the velocity increases from 5 meter per second into the 8 meter per second. How much time it takes to change? 6 seconds. So time is equal to 6 seconds. We have to find initial momentum, final momentum and the force applied. Let's see, initial momentum is the mass multiplied by initial velocity. So we can find the momentum by simply mass 10 kg multiplied by the initial velocity 5 into 100, that is a 500 kg meter per second. This is the initial momentum of the object. Now final momentum we can calculate by using mass multiplied by the final velocity. Mass 100 kg, final velocity 8 meter per second. So 8 multiplied by 100, it will be 800 kg meter per second. Now according to definition of the force is equal to mass times acceleration, then mass multiplied by acceleration is change in velocity upon time. So v minus u, final velocity minus initial velocity divided by t. Mass as it is, final velocity 8 meter per second, initially 5 meter per second, and time taken for this change is 6 seconds. So 8 minus 5 is a 3 divided by 6. By doing this simple calculation, 800 into 3, this becomes 100 divided by 6, which is nothing but the 50 Newton approximately. Now we can solve this equation in the simple way. Also, we know very well that force is change in momentum upon time taken. So P2 is the final momentum, P1 is initial momentum. So final momentum minus initial momentum, that is change in momentum, divided by time taken. This is the definition of the force from the Newton's second law of motion. Final momentum, it is a 800 kg meter per second. Initial momentum 500 divided by time taken, it is a 6 seconds. So F is equal to 800 minus 500, this is a 300 divided by 6, and simply it is a 300 divided by 6, it is a 50 Newton. So in this way we can find the magnitude of the force. Let's move to the next question. Question number 17. Akhtar, Kiran and Rahul were riding in a motor car that was moving with a high velocity on an expressway when an insect hit the windshield and got stuck on the windscreen. So just try to understand what the question want to say. Akhtar and Kiran started pondering over the situation. Kiran suggested that the insect suffered greater change in momentum as compared to the change in momentum of the motor car, because of the change in the velocity of the insect was much more than that of motor car. Akhtar said that since the motor car was moving with a large velocity, it is exerted a larger force on the insect, and as a result the insect died. Rahul, while putting an entirely new explanation, said that both the motor car and insects experience the same force and a change in their momentum. Comment on these suggestions. After reading this question, we can understand that I think Rahul might be in 9th standard and he understood the concept of conservation of momentum. So Rahul gave the correct reasoning for the situation and also the explanation that both motor car and insect experience the same force and change in momentum, As per the law of conservation of momentum, the initial momentum before collision is equal to final momentum after collision. And we have this formula for the momentum. So initial momentum will be this, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to final momentum m1 v1 plus m2 v2. The equal force is exerted on the both the bodies, but because of the mass of insect is very small, it will suffer a greater change in velocity. As you know very well that force is equal to mass times acceleration, that is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration is change in velocity upon time taken. So the more the change in velocity, more will be the acceleration, and more the acceleration will have the more the force. So the force exerted on the both the bodies, but because of the mass of insect is a very small, it will suffer a greater change in velocity. So Rahul gave the correct explanation about the situation. Let's move to the question number 18. How much momentum will a dumbbell of mass 10 kg transfer to the floor if it falls from a height of 80 cm? Take its downward acceleration to be 10 meter per second square. So just try to understand what question you want to say. How much momentum will a dumbbell of mass 10 kg transfer to the floor if it falls from a height of 80 cm? Suppose the height is here 80 centimeter. 80 centimeter means 80 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. That is 0.8 meter. This is the height. And the dumbbell is falling from the height, this much height, 0.8 meter. Now, here the mass of the dumbbell is 10 kg. Mass of dumbbell is 10 kg, height it is a 0.8 meter. The acceleration is 10 meter per second square. What about the initial velocity? The dumbbell is falling from here, so initial velocity will be 0. Of course, initial velocity is 0. After this velocity goes on increasing, and when it reaches to the earth, it will have the highest velocity. Initial velocity is 0. Now we use the third kinematical equation, v square minus u square is equal to twice s. Final velocity that we have to calculate, v square minus u square, the value of initial velocity is 0, so 0 square is equal to 2 times acceleration is given 10, here 10 meter per second square, and the distance, this is height, this height is 0.8 meter. So we will do the simple multiplication, this v square minus 0 square, 0 square is 0, so v square minus 0 will be v square. This multiplication simply 2 multiplied by 10 into 0.8. So this will be 2 into 10 into 0.8, it will be 8. 8 into 2, 16. So it is a value of the v square.